The UK Ministry of Defence has awarded contracts to 4 companies to develop their bids to build 3 new fleet solid support ships for the Royal Navy, and India's Larsen & Toubro is among the 4 companies that were awarded with competitive procurement phase design contracts that is worth around £5 million each initially. The contracts will enable the 4 bidders to develop their design proposals, and the next stage will seek details of how they would fulfill the wider delivery needs of the program worth £1.6 billion. Hindustan Aeronautics is expected to freeze the design configuration of the Indian multi-role helicopter for the Army and Air Force variant by the end of 2021 and will enter production by 2029. The Army and Air Force variants will be quite similar in configuration with some minor changes, and HAL plans to have 1 structural test unit by 2023 and the first prototype ready by 2024 for its first flight, and 3 more units are planned from 2025, that includes an armed version. Hindustan Aeronautics and Indian Navy are holding talks on the basic configuration and preliminary services qualitative requirements that might come in 2022, due to which the development of the naval variant will take comparatively more time. The test pilots of Hindustan Aeronautics have carried out the last of the developmental sorties of the indigenous HTT-40 basic trainer aircraft, thus marking an end to the developmental flight certification sorties that had begun in 2016. The HTT-40 has already demonstrated 10-turn spins and is ready for operational clearance before HAL begins limited-scale production of the aircraft from 2022. An Indian Air Force team will begin the user trials very soon to verify if the HTT-40 has completed all major test points and meets the preliminary staff qualitative requirements issued by Air Headquarters, after which an order for the aircraft will be placed in next few months. A high-level Indian delegation will visit Colombia this week. That will see the signing of a MOU in space cooperation and will review the progress on the defense cooperation and trade. Another high-level official visit is expected to take place to the Central American country El Salvador, and the focus will be on security solutions and defense cooperation. India is exploring new opportunities in the Pacific Alliance to achieve a target of $30 billion over the next few years. The former U.S. envoy to the United Nations Nikki Haley has said that there is a need to closely watch China, as it is making a move to take over the Bagram airbase that was controlled by the United States for nearly 2 decades, and China is trying to use Pakistan to get stronger to go against India. The Bagram airbase will provide depth to Chinese shortcomings, as Chinese fighter jets can take off with their full load, and the region also has mountain cover that denies radar coverage. The Pentagon has dismissed China's new maritime law, under which all foreign ships entering the South China Sea, East China Sea and the neighboring islands must register with Chinese maritime authorities and also report their cargo information. The US has called it a serious threat to freedom of navigation and trade, while China's new rule is supposed to take effect from today. The Chinese projects were largely restricted to southern Sri Lanka, but China is making fresh attempts to expand its footprint in northern Sri Lanka. In the garb of infrastructure projects, China is making efforts to gain the support of the ethnic Tamil community in the region, which could be later exploited for strategic reasons. India has already protested against Sri Lanka's decision to award a $12 million hybrid wind and solar energy project to the Chinese firm in 3 islets off the Jaffna Peninsula in February 2021, which is around 50 kilometers from the coast of Tamil Nadu. An Indian Army contingent of 200 soldiers has arrived in Russia to participate in the multi-nation exercise Zapad 2021, which will take place from 3rd to 16 September. The 13-day Zapad exercise is a theater-level exercise that will see the participation of a dozen countries from Eurasia and South Asia including China and Pakistan, which will primarily focus on counter-terror operations.